Problem 2.7.11 and 2.7.13. Graph these two. All right. Now this time we have no h or k. We're looking at this a. What does this do to my parent function y equals x squared? Let's sketch that one real quick, right? If I put in a 0 for x, I get 0 for y. 0 squared is 0. Put in a 1 for x, 1 squared is 1. Put in -1, -1 squared is 1. Okay, so there's my parent function, 0, 0, 1, 1, -1, 1. All right, we got, oh boy, I don't know if this one I've got on here will match, or I'll be able to graph it. It's a little smoother curve right here. But anyways, you get the idea. Now, what happens when I put that 10 there? Let's graph that. I'll put this over here. X and Y. Once again, it doesn't move anywhere because when I put 0 in for x, 0 squared, 0 times 10, 0. But when I put in the 1, 1 squared is 1 times 10. -1 squared is 1 times 10. So I got that vertical stretching, so this point shoots up 10 times as high, right? Way up here. So you'll be at that your other point to graph. You got 0, 0, and then you're going to have 1, comma 10. All right, and -1, comma 10 if you want to graph that one. Okay, look down here. So when this number is greater than 1, what happens? When this number is between 0 and 1, when it's a fraction, a positive fraction, what happens? Okay, once again, let's graph our parent function, 0, 0, 1, 1, -1, 1. There's, you're not going to graph this one on your my math lab, of course. I'm just drawing this as my parent function. This is y equals x squared. Don't graph that one. Okay, then what happens when I do 1/8? Well, easiest thing to put in here now, y equals 1/8 x squared. Easiest next number to put in there, I think. I got x and y, 0, 0. I'm going to put in, instead of putting 1, I'd have to do it at 1/8. Actually, you might be able to do that on there. If you put a 1 in for x, you get 1 squared, and then you get 1/8. An easy point to do will be 8 for x. Substitute that in, x squared, 64, and then 1/8 of 64 is 8. So instead of having 1, comma 1, like y equals x squared, I'd have a 0, 0, and then 1, 1. Now I'm going to have 0, 0, and 8, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up 8. Okay, so for what you'll be graphing is 0, 0, and 8, comma 8. Practice that a few times. I think that's very interesting. Makes a completely different graph. Because of your parent function, where would your parent function be out here at x equals 8? It will be x, comma 64, way up here. So this is not a vertical stretch, but a vertical compression. It makes the graph more bowl-shaped, wider. All right. Have fun with those two guys.